And here is, I think, the biggest con about this eyeshadow palette. When I first opened it, I immediately noticed it, and you need to keep this in mind. Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by. So today I am here with a very exciting video. I finally tried the Beauty Glazed Color Board eyeshadow palette, or should I call it palettes. This is a very viral product. This product went viral on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, and people were literally raving about this product. And you know what, sometimes once a product gets viral on TikTok and you try it out and you're like, the same thing happened with the KVD Good Apple foundation. So I was a little bit skeptical, so I just decided to give it a try, and I have some thoughts. I have found some pros and some cons, of course, and I am going to share with you my 100% honest opinion about this product. So yeah, you guys probably know I am never ever biased with my reviews. I always give you my 100% honest review, and I got this eyeshadow palette with my own money, so I am going to be honest with you. So if you want to see some swatches, if you want my full opinion, full review on this bad boy right here, then please stay tuned and please continue watching. Before starting, if you are new to the channel, then hi, I am Neeta. I upload makeup, skincare and beauty related videos here on my channel. If those things interest you, then please consider subscribing. It will mean a lot to me. And in case you are thinking why my lips are looking a little bit meh, it's because I was swatching some red lipsticks, like Valentine's Day red lipsticks, for my Instagram. By the way, if you are not following me on Instagram, then please do follow me. I upload a lot of makeup tutorials, a lot of lip swatches, skincare videos on my Instagram. And in case you want to check out a tutorial on this look, it's up on my Instagram, so do follow me there. So yeah, without further blabbering, let's get started. Now I am not sure if I am going to include a tutorial in this video or not, because whenever I include reviews, swatches, tutorial, then the video is probably like 30 minutes long, and we don't want that. In case you want to check out some tutorial, I just uploaded a YouTube shorts using all the greens within this palette. It was a beautiful like monochromatic green eyeshadow look. I will have it linked here on the I button or in the description box down below, so make sure to check it out in case you want to see how this eyeshadow palette performs and all. And so many tutorials are coming up on my channel, so be subscribed and stay tuned, and of course press the bell icon so that you get notification each time I upload. So yeah, let's just talk about the packaging of this eyeshadow palette. Let's just talk about the price and packaging and everything. And in case you are here only for the review or only for the swatches, I will mention timestamps in the description box down below. This is not a first impression. I have been using this palette for the past 1 or 2 weeks, and I have already created some looks which will be uploaded on my channel pretty soon. Stay tuned and stay subscribed. So yeah, let's just talk about the packaging. It comes in a cardboard packaging like this, and when you open it up like this, it has a plastic shield, like protective shield right there, and you get your 4 eyeshadow palettes, and it is attached here. It is kind of like 360 thingy, I don't know what it is called. So you are getting your palettes right here. So the packaging is pretty standard, I would say. I have some thoughts about the packaging as well, which I will tell later. Talking about the price, here in the States it retails for $15, and in India I just checked on Flipkart and it retails for 399 rupees, and it is currently on sale. It's 88% off. 88. So this is probably the best time to get this eyeshadow palette. I will mention the purchase links in the description box down below, so do not forget to check it out. And in this eyeshadow palette you are actually getting 60 shades. And there are some mattes, shimmers, high pigmented shimmers, and some glitter shades. So you are actually getting a little bit of everything in this eyeshadow palette. So it is pretty affordable and it is a really good deal. In case you are a beginner and you want to try out different formulations, then this is definitely a good buy. So the day when I first got it, and I immediately swatched this blue shade right here, like this one, and this purple shade right here, like this one. And you know why I swatched those two shades? Because dark purple and dark blue shades tend to get really patchy and they are really hard to formulate. So I just wanted to see what I get with these eyeshadow palettes, and I must say the pigmentation was on point. Like the moment I swatched it, I was wowed by the pigmentation and the way it's swatched. Again, swatches can be pretty deceiving, right? So until or unless you try it on your eyes, you just can't tell if a product is good or bad. So yeah, my first impression was wow, so pigmented and so smooth, no fallout. That was my first impression. And then I tried using this eyeshadow palette, I tried playing with it more and more, and then I developed my thoughts about this eyeshadow palette. First of all, the mattes in this eyeshadow palette, they are phenomenal. They are very smooth, very buttery, very opaque, and they blend really beautifully. Though these are kind of monochromatic eyeshadow palettes, so you may think that you will end up creating the exact same looks. But no, let me tell you, though the shades are pretty similar, I am not gonna lie, in monochromatic palettes, usually we end up getting the same look over and over again. Since each shade has its own versatility, its own dimension and pigmentation and depth, I would say though the shades look kind of similar, but when you swatch them, they are not exact the same shades. So you can actually create so many different looks using these eyeshadow palettes. You can just use the greens, just use the oranges or blues, or you can mix and match to create some beautiful looks. Again, some bomb looks are coming up on my channel, so you have to stay tuned. The other day when I was using these eyeshadow palettes, the shadows blended beautifully and I kind of created a monochromatic look, but when I layered the shadows up, I can actually see that the actual shade of that particular shade, the actual color was really like showing up. I was a little bit afraid that it might blend away or it might look kind of the same, but it did not happen. The more I blended out the shadows, I could actually see a difference. So that is a really good plus point about this eyeshadow palette. And one more thing, you hardly get any fallout. Trust me when I say so. I have used my Anastasia palettes, I have used my Colourpop palettes, and every time I try to use them, I get massive fallouts everywhere. But with these shades, they are so firmly pressed, you hardly get any fallout. And it was like when I used it for the first time and I noticed that there was hardly any fallout, and it was like, oh my god, that is going to be my best of the best eyeshadow palette ever. And yes, it is a really good quality eyeshadow palette. In case you are a makeup artist or you want to create some fun colorful looks, you are definitely going to enjoy this eyeshadow palette. At least you guys probably know I love my colorful looks and I really enjoy using these eyeshadow palettes. I can create so much using it, like I can mix and match the shades and I can get really cool looks using these eyeshadow palettes. So in case you have some neutral palettes in your collection and you just want to play with colors, you just want to see if you like it or not, then definitely give this eyeshadow palette a shot. This quality, you guys, it's phenomenal. I really do enjoy this formula. The mattes are pigmented, beautiful and smooth. The shimmers are really opaque and pigmented. So yeah, those are the positive sides, or those are the pros of this eyeshadow palette. So now let's just talk about some cons, shall we? Because I have found some cons, and as I mentioned, I am going to share with you my 100% honest opinion. So let's just talk about the cons. First of all, I am not really impressed with the packaging. I wish I could detach the palette so that it is a little more travel friendly. Other than that, you see it is a pretty bulky packaging, and when I like use the shades, I just want to see what I just mentioned, and when I use it, and if I want to use like different shades from different palettes, I have to constantly do this and they kind of like, see what I mean? Like if you want to use an eyeshadow palette, you have to hold it like this. In case you just tilt it a bit, it's going to close like that. So I don't know, the packaging is not really convenient in my opinion. So yeah, that is my number 1 con, and here is my number 2 con. Though it might not be a con for some people, and hear me out. I am a little underwhelmed, just a little, with the shimmer shades like this. Because when I use a shimmer shade, I want it to be metallic, I want it to be foiled, and I want it to pop. I think on their website it is mentioned that you get really like nice shimmer shades, but I would say these are not really like foiled metallic shimmers. These are more like satin shades. I just wish them to be a little more like foiled, a little more reflective. I want my shimmers to be like metallic like this one, see? But this one is from my Beauty Glazed eyeshadow palette. I'm not saying it's not pigmented, I'm not saying it's not opaque. They are very opaque, they are very pigmented, not patchy at all. But I just wanted a little more foiled metallic effect from them. See what I'm talking about? This one is like, it's reflecting light beautifully, it is metallic, it's beautiful. But this one is more like a satin kind of a finish, you can totally see. That's why I said it might not be a con for some people, because I know there are people who like this kind of like satiny kind of a finish. So if you are looking for a satin kind of a finish, you are definitely going to love these shimmer shades. But if you want that pop, that jazz, that, you know, metallic finish, then these shimmers is going to disappoint you. Here is another con that I found about this eyeshadow palette, and it is the glitters. Ooh, I'm not saying that they are bad, they are definitely not bad, but when I try to use those glitters, I would suggest you to use a glitter primer for sure. 100% use a glitter primer, because it doesn't have a nice tacky base. So if you want to use it on its own, then after a few like minutes, say about 10 to 20 minutes, you will have massive fallout all over on your face. I have experienced that, and then I started using a glitter primer underneath, and then it sticks to my eyelids and it does not go anywhere. So in case you are planning to use these glitters, make sure to use a glitter primer or an eyelash glue underneath, then you will be good to go. Make sure to do that, otherwise you are going to ruin your entire makeup. And here is, I think, the biggest con about this eyeshadow palette. When I first opened it, I immediately noticed it, and you need to keep this in mind. I found some shades are quite repetitive. For example, you see this cream shade right here in the green palette, like it's a beautiful cream, like off-white kind of a shade, right? And if you look at the other palettes, for example, oh, it's really hard to show this, I'm sorry. You see, it's getting everywhere, and that's what I mentioned earlier. The packaging is not really practical, you know. So yeah, if you see this like matte beige kind of a shade, you know, they are quite similar. I feel like it's really unnecessary to have like this kind of matte, off-white or beige shades multiple times, because what do you do with those shades? You sometimes apply it as a brow bone highlighter, you sometimes use it as, like, you set your primer, eyeshadow primer with it, you sometimes use it on your inner corners to brighten them up. How many shades do you want, right? Like, see, when you apply them, they are quite the same. So I do not really think that it was necessary. And there is another shade that look quite the same on the on this palette, this one right here, this bone kind of a shade. Though when you like see them, they look a little different, but when you apply them, see, Maybe this one is a little more deeper in tone, but those two shades are quite the same, and when you apply them on your eyes, they look pretty same. Like, just to test them side by side, I used some of the like orange shades, and I popped one shade on my left eye and one shade on my right eye, and when I looked at them side by side, they looked quite the same. The same thing goes with those yellow shades, one on the orange palette and one on the here green palette. There are two yellow shades. Like, one shade is just a tad bit deeper, just a tad bit, and when you swatch them, I don't know, they just look quite the same. Let me just swatch them for you. You see, this one is just a tad bit deeper than this one, but when you swatch them, apply them and blend it out, see what I'm talking about. I just swatched them and blended it out a little bit, and they both look the same, right? See? And if you see this particular shade and this one right here, like, one is just a tad bit deeper than the other one, and when you swatch them side by side and when you blend it out, I have used those two shades just to see if it makes any difference or not. When I applied them on my eyes, they looked quite the same. I could not really tell any difference between those two shadows. Like, see, these are the two shades. Do you see that? Now let's just swatch it maybe here. Maybe if you just build this one a little bit more, like the lighter shade, just a little bit more, you can actually get the exact same result with those two shades. So in my opinion, it was a pretty repetitive and it was not needed at all. And here, if you see the green palette and the purple palette, this particular shade on the green palette and this particular shade on the purple palette, again, see, there is hardly any difference. Like, do you see any difference? They are pretty similar. When I swatch them side by side, there is absolutely no difference whatsoever, and they look exact the same on my eyes. I would have preferred maybe a gold or maybe some browns or some black shades to have more versatility instead of like all those repetitive shades in these eyeshadow palettes. Again, it's my opinion, and you saw on the swatches that they looked pretty same, you know. So that is, I think, the biggest con about this eyeshadow palette. Now, do I recommend you getting this eyeshadow palette? 100% yes. It is a good quality eyeshadow palette. I give this eyeshadow palette a 7 out of 10, and you know why. Those were my opinions. Like, judging on the cons, I just give it 7 out of 10. And do I recommend you getting this eyeshadow palette? Of course yes. It is a good quality eyeshadow palette. Like, for the money you are paying, I have tried like Colourpop, I have tried Anastasia. I think the pigmentation you are getting, the color payoff, everything is totally insane about this eyeshadow palette. You hardly get any fallouts. The mattes are beautiful. If nothing else, get this eyeshadow palette just for the mattes, because you won't be disappointed. I am telling you, the mattes are so pigmented. The mattes blend like a dream. You are going to love the mattes within this eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I 100% recommend you this eyeshadow palette. And if Beauty Glazed have some other eyeshadow palettes with the same color story, you might probably want to check that one out as well, because the packaging is not really my favorite, you know. So yeah, that was my review of this eyeshadow palette, and let me know if you have tried this one, if you are planning to get this one or not, and stay tuned because I am going to upload several tutorials using this eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. And if you are not following me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, then please do follow me there. All the links will be given in the description bar down below, so please go ahead and check that out. And if you have any video request, then feel free to comment down below. I read all your comments, and I always try to honor your request. So if you have any video request, then feel free to comment down below. I will try my best to make that video for you. So yeah, see you soon in my next video. Till then, bye and take care. Bye.